Good morning. Welcome to another day of Mindful Monday. I thought today what we would talk about is one of the pillars of emotional intelligence, and that's empathy. Now, you may have heard of empathy, and you might try to practice empathy, but the definition might escape you at times. Empathy is being able to have some type of understanding or connectivity with someone in their emotional state of being. It doesn't necessarily mean you can read their mind or have gone through the same experience they've gone through, but you can connect with what this person is going through in the here and now, in their present moment. You can feel it viscerally, right? The thing is, there's three different types of empathy. The first one is cognitive empathy. And cognitions, the thoughts, it's being able to connect and understand a person's thinking or thought process. So this might happen when someone is upset at you. They might be yelling, screaming, or someone has certain feelings towards another group or just a situation, and we can cognitively understand where they're coming from. We can be aware of what's happening for them in their thought process. Maybe this helps us communicate with them better. And that's what it's really known for, is it helps make us better communicators. And so if you're aware of what someone's thoughts might be, you might know what things not to say or what things you can say to help diffuse a situation. So that's cognitive empathy. The next one is emotional empathy. And that's the one that most people are aware of. That's the feeling. Your pain is felt in my heart, basically. Your pain becomes my pain. This can be something that starts to trigger us at times. It helps us create an awareness of what's going on in the room. It's a feeling, a sense, right? We might feel that in our stomach or our heart. When someone that we love or care about is in pain or suffering, we feel that too. And so this helps us build emotional connections with other people. So if you're in a group and you are emotionally empathetic to their cause or what's going on, you're more connected with them and understanding why certain things need to be brought to justice, why certain agendas need to be fulfilled, because you are emotionally empathetic to what's going on. The third one is compassionate empathy. Now, this one is a little different because it moves us out of the just understanding phase. This is the piece that drives us to action. And this might be where you're hearing other people's stories. You're cognitively getting to that point where you can understand why they're so angry. Then you emotionally feel what they're feeling, the rage, the anger. And that compassionate empathy is what drives you to do something different, to start to create that change, to start moving things forward. Now, these are very powerful skills and tools that we have. We usually don't use them because they weren't talked about before. As we're talking more and more about empathy and connection and how do we build together versus apart, these three empathetic abilities are very powerful and important to start to cultivate. Now, the way that we can start cultivating these is starting to look at which one of these are you better at? Which one do you have more of the natural ability? Are you more of someone that is a thinker that can cognitively get to that level with others? Or are you a feeler? That you feel everybody's anger, everybody's rage? Or are you someone that's always in action, ready to work, ready to do something for someone else, right? By looking at which ones you excel at and which ones you're a little bit weaker at, start focusing this week on the ones that you're weaker at. And just look at it as a growing edge. When you look at it as a growing edge, right? No judgment, no shame, just something that, okay, how can I be a little bit more understanding? How can I take a moment and notice what's actually happening in the room versus being triggered? Can I do a little bit more action this week if I'm not the action-oriented person? And just by trying to do something that's a little bit out of your wheelhouse, you're going to get a little bit better each time you're in these situations. And it's going to help you build your emotional intelligence. It's going to help you build your relationships with others. It's going to help you establish boundaries so you're not so triggered by everyone else. And you'll be able to understand where their emotions begin and yours end. So try this out this week. Let me know what you think. And again, I will have this drawn out in a longer course on my website, nomadhealingpractices.com. And just remember, breathe deeply, live fully. Have a great week.